And we're back in the game. But we're back in Medieval 2, but we are on the Broken Crescent mod. This is going to be the first time I upload any Broken Crescent on the channel. So, a bit excited about that. Now, I haven't played Broken Crescent, and I haven't even had it installed for quite a few years. So, for my first playthrough, I'm going to do medium. What I do remember from Broken Crescent is trying to play as Georgia and not doing anything for the first 20 turns because I didn't have any money. That's what I remember. Also, I remember that a lot of factions were quite tough. Now, if any of you have seen the Zardams campaign that I've been doing, or the Zardams TotalWar mod, and the campaigns in that, you will know that that is a highly focused mod on the Balkans and Italy and Anatolia. Now, Broken Crescent does for the Near and Middle East what Zardams does for the Balkans. It goes into a lot more detail, providing a lot more factions and a lot more regions. So, as you can see, we do kind of go into Europe, the Ukraine, southern Russia, the Caucasus, but it's mainly focused on the Arabian Peninsula, Anatolia, and what used to be called the Middle East, but it's now called, well, Far East. So places like modern-day Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan, the Gulf states are in it. There's, I think, 3 or 4 factions that you can play as the former Gulf states. So I need to play someone, and I'm thinking Kingdom of Jerusalem for the first playthrough, because a lot of these factions I just am not familiar with. I never even played them in Broken Crescent before. Like the factions out here, there's a number of Indian factions, 3 or 4 Indian factions, and we do have the Mongol successor states up here as well, I think. Now, somewhere like the Byzantines and Egypt, very familiar with those. So, yeah, I think we'll start with Kingdom of Jerusalem, KOJ. Now, how much is there to read through? Ooh, that's a lot. Right, go and read through that, and then go and read through that if you would like to. Then go and read through some more. You probably don't want to listen to me reading all of that, do you? Almost there, almost there. Right, that'll finish that off. So yeah, we'll do medium. We'll do short campaign. Right, so for the short campaign we need to wipe out the Ayyubids, which are an Egyptian faction, and the Zengids. Now, I think the Zengids are this red faction right here. I have absolutely no knowledge of the Zengids. I don't know how long they are around. I'm not familiar with them in any way, shape or form. Now, providing this campaign does quite well, we will do the Zengids, and we will try to do all of the factions. So our strengths lie in good spearmen, powerful knights, crossbowmen, and Templar knights. We don't get hospitallers, I don't think. Right, problem with our faction is not many horse archers. We can get at least 1 unit of horse archers, I think. Maybe mercenary horse archers. Bow units, yes, we're very lacking in those. And surrounded by enemies. Basically, all I see for enemies are the ones to our south and the ones to our north, and there's a little bit of a buffer state with rebel factions up there. So my main goal at the start is to knock out the Egyptians over here. Right, so let's get started. Now we'll go through this little video because it's cool to see. Right, nice little intro video there. Some mods you get them, some you don't. Now, one of the things that I do remember from playing Broken Crescent in the past is how expensive everything is, and you'll get to see that very shortly. But there is yet more to read. Or is that the same as before? I don't think it is. But you can go and read this as well, if it is different. If any of you have seen the movie, what was it? Was it called The Kingdom of Jerusalem? Yeah, I think it was. It was a famous movie with the same name. Right. Faction announcements. Now, here's where you'll get to see how expensive everything is. Right. The roads, which are basically worthless until you get to this level, are quite expensive. Ballista Maker 5,000. You'll see that we only start with 3. Now, because we do border the Mediterranean, we're actually one of the richer factions in the mod, in my opinion. So, one of the good things about the mod is that there's generally very, very little corruption. I guess that balances out because the units are also quite expensive and the buildings are quite expensive. So having low corruption kind of balances that out. Right now we have 9 coins going out of our treasury mysteriously into someone's pocket. So we're expected to make a profit. Are we at war with anyone? We are at war with rebels. The Ayyubids, and I'm probably going to get a lot of these names wrong as I'm not familiar with them. They're actually at war with quite a few factions. The Kingdom of Mercuria, which is in northern Ethiopia, I think. One day Ethiopia. They are also at war with the Imamate of Yemen. Yemen being down here on the minimap, where it is today in real life. I also don't know how stable this mod is. I think it's fairly stable, but I don't think it's been worked on for quite some time. Now, also at war with the Zengids, who as I said, are up here where that red border is. Right, what agents do we have? Agents, some of them are actually quite expensive, above vanilla prices. So we have an Archbishop in South Lebanon. Now, religion, that counts a lot against you in the public order department. So we're going to try and convert as quickly as possible. We have a merchant. Now, resources are actually a lot more worthwhile in this. As you can see, cotton 891. We're going to go and stick our agent right there. Now, some of you'll say, "Ooh, he's making in one turn more than he cost to get." But let me show you something. He costs 1,000. I think in the vanilla game they're 550, aren't they? Diplomats are now 500. Can I show you the other agents? Diplomat. Don't think I can, not just yet. Alright, let me show you the units. Our cheapest unit is 1125. Forget all those units in the 500 florin category. Cheapest one is 1100, and there are very few of those. Most of our units are 1500 to 2500 each, and they also cost a lot more to upkeep, 300 in that department. These ones 2000. Now some of you might say, well, they are knights, very powerful unit. You get 65 men. 2000, you get 65 men. Now these ones you get around about 125 to 150, not too bad. Now cavalry 65, 75, starting out at 1500, and 2 turns to recruit, 3 turns to recruit, 2300. Look at their upkeep. We're going to have to generate some serious cash if we want to be able to afford a decent army. Now we've got a diplomat here. What I'm going to do is get another diplomat. I want at least 2. We can't get one there. We've got some rebels inside our territory, in our border. So I'm going to get that one. We've got a large garrison up here. I'm going to send the cavalry down south, because I expect the Egyptians, I'm going to call them Egyptians, occasionally I might call them by their proper name, the Ayyubids, until I get comfortable with it. But for the moment, I think the Ayyubids, aka Egyptians, are going to have a lot of cavalry. We need to counter them. Now we do have a general starting right there. I'm going to move him over. He's got a decent amount of cavalry. And Knights of Outrimmer, Latin Knights, Pulain Lancers, and the Turcopoles, which are, some of you already know this, that's our mounted archers unit. The only one I think we can get at the moment. So I'm going to get the rest of those cavalry to bring on over. We're going to give him a full stack, as much as we can. I'm not going to send him that, because that will slow down his movement. So he's going to have a very powerful cavalry force. He's not going to have many missiles. He's got 1 unit of missiles at the moment. Now we've got King Baldwin, so some of you will recognise him. I think they actually took the portraits from the movie Kingdom of Heaven, put them in this. Hopefully they didn't put any of the music in, because then I'll get a copyright claim. Right, so he's now got 15 units, and we've got 5 more that we'll give him those ones. So he'll have a full stack. We do have a spy. It doesn't show his upkeep there, does it? So let's start spying. Right, we've got a town, we've got a castle, we've got their capital. I might just move straight on their capital, Al-Qahira. We'll have to see. Now this one, I'm going to get him moving along here, because there are factions, like I said, along the Gulf Coast. In Yemen, Oman, modern day Dubai, the United Arab Emirates. Those factions are not called by those names, but that's where they inhabit. So you're moving down. You'll do conversion. Is that all of my agents? Diplomat, Lesser Hejaz. Right. Spy, Merchant, Bishop. Right. So, could we put together a second army? I think we could. And I might even send my king out, Baldwin. How old is he? 19, very young. I want to get his authority up. He's also a very good general. No point in leaving him sitting in, I'm going to call it Jerusalem. I don't know if that's the Latin name for it. Yeah, he's bringing in some good money though. But I'll send him down. See, we've got a unit of dismounted knights, but again, there's only 65 of those. So it's not too many. I don't think they'll cause much trouble. I've got some archers. So let's see what we can do with the 2500. So we've got a castle, 2 castles, 3 castles. Yeah, 3 castles. You're not particularly happy. We do that. Let me show you the culture penalty. 50% unrest from religion. 40%. 30%, and that's one of the better ones, I think. 45%. 50%. So yeah, we need to convert the population over. Now, we have a unique building. Request papal assistance. Let me show you what it does. This option lets you request for help from the Pope in the form of Crusader reinforcements. The assurance of help is not guaranteed and depends on how distressed your state is. I'm very distressed right now. That's my state. Or how large the Ayyubid Sultanate is. They're already quite big. Loss of either Jerusalem, see, it's not called Jerusalem, Jaffa or Accra, will guarantee your calls for help most certainly will be met with reinforcements. Otherwise, if we don't lose those, that's it. Loss of either, so if we lose even one of those, right? Otherwise, only if the Ayyubids dominate all the provinces of Syria and Egypt will the papal father consider your request. In any case, induce volt. Right. Now, I think I used that before because that might have come in useful if we allow these Ayyubids to get bigger, but we're not going to let them get any bigger. We're not going to let them capture. Let me see. Yeah. So Jaffa and Accra, they said, right? I think Jaffa and Accra, I don't see them. I think that's Accra, isn't it? Yeah, well, there it is. St. Jean d'Acre and Jaffa. The name's familiar. I think that is, unless they're calling that Gaza like in modern day Gaza. But that's Jerusalem. So if we lost any of those 3, I think we could call on the Pope. Right, we need more money, so I'm not going to use that, at least not at the moment. Already lowered your taxes, we can boost yours. We can boost yours, at least for the moment. Right, now you see we're not getting any troops from there, which is disappointing. It only gives us 1 unit, but we need as many units as possible. Let me also show you what's very expensive. Dirt roads. Look at that, 4,000. And they don't actually bring in any money. See? 126, 126. It's not bringing anything in extra. What I've noticed is that the only roads that do bring in any money, boost, would be the paved roads. 468. You see? Sea trade is quite good, and there's a lot of valuable resources on the map. So we'll see what we can do. So we don't even have a port yet. We don't have any extra units. We could get a unit of ballista if we spent 5,000. You see, we don't have any cavalry available, even though it's a castle. We'd need the knight stables, and then we'd only get one unit, so we'd have to invest 6,000. Right now, we don't have any missile units. Practice range gives us one unit, but again, we have to invest 6,000 and 4 turns, and then the cost of the unit. So, putting in an extra 12,000 would get us 2 units. Not a good return. Currently, we can only get 1 unit here. If we put in the basic stables, we get nothing. If we put in the mustering hall, we get nothing. So you see, we're very limited on troops at the moment. Right, you actually do have a port. You don't have a port. Now I will, however, put in dirt roads, even though I said they don't bring any money in, because we need fast movement to get down to Egypt. Right. Now the culture penalty is 45%. So I'm going to invest in the chapel. Now notice, it doesn't convert anyone. Notice what does convert Templar buildings. Those are the ones that have the conversion. So don't worry so much about your churches. What you need are these ones. Plus they give you a couple good units. Now we can't actually get them over here, but we will start converting. I think that's everyone. So you can see the red icon. It means we're not actually building yet. Not quite. So we actually don't even have any buildings that have been started. Alright. So of course, as this is episode 1, we will make it a little longer. And we'll see if we can get a battle going. I don't think I've missed anything. Now I'm going to say no because I'm about to attack them. But what I will ask... Not interested. Alright. Oh, no, this one we will. But I want an alliance. Now that's not modern day Armenia up in the Caucasus. Those are on the border between Syria and Turkey. Somewhere around about where Antioch, or no, not Antioch, Tarsus is. Most of you know where Tarsus is, or was, from playing Rome 2, all the mods for those, and many medieval mods. So it's kind of where Anatolia bends down into the Near East. That's where this Armenia is. So we're going to try to get trade. And we got it. We got an alliance. Alright. Now they've got a bunch of money. Let's see if we can get any of it. And we got 1,000. So we got an alliance with the faction to our north. They're also Eastern Christian. We're Latin Christian. But minor differences. It's not as if we actually fight over things like that.
Goodbye, Lord. It has been a pleasure.
Now I don't know if Antioch is spelt correctly. As you can see, there's an E at the end of it. Antiochia. Right, here's the Zengids. Now, yes, but I also want an alliance with them. Here's why. Now, we're supposed to wipe them out, but while we're dealing with the Egyptians, in the south, they may get wiped out by somebody else. So I don't want to be at war with them, and I don't want them attacking me. So we're going to see, because they're also at war with the Ayyubids, so they might go for this. And they did. So the two factions just to our north, we now have alliances with. Now, also in this mod, you get a lot of offers for adoption. Some of them actually really, really good. This guy is not, because as you know, I don't like low loyalty. If it's below 4, I don't accept them, no matter how good this guy is. So we're probably going to get another offer in the next turn. You get a lot of them, trust me. So we can actually have a look at our family tree, which is very, very small. Your wife already died. He can't remarry, can he? Or can he? Maybe he can. He's the faction heir, and he's only 24. I don't know if the modders have done anything to allow that. Right, where's that new diplomat? So there he is. We already have the alliance there. I'm going to bring him over. As you can see, this is where Armenia is right now. They've got at least 3 settlements. You can expand. There's a Roman castle there. Now by Roman, that's the East Romans. Some people call them Byzantines. Some people get upset if you call them Byzantines. I've started to call them East Romans. Right, so we got that. Now we're going to have you moving down. As you can see, it's still that kind of orangey yellow, which means it's still Egyptian Ayyubid territory. Now keep you moving down. We've sent a merchant in here, and you need 5 units. Right. Now you've got a good cavalry force, so I'm going to give you any infantry. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those hospital brother knights are better than the mounted brother sergeants. So that's what he needs. We're going to come in and cause some trouble. Now two of our buildings have started. Right, as you can see, we make a lot from taxes, but about a quarter of that from trade. Farming almost equals trade at the moment. Right, so we got that diplomat. Now how much are we expecting? 58.37 if we don't spend anything. That's probably enough to get another building, maybe even 2 on the way. So 950, we don't even have enough at the moment to recruit a single unit. Not even a single unit. We can get another diplomat, we couldn't get a merchant. A merchant, you say? Right, so we can pop that up just a little. He's losing a little money, but he'll be okay. Next level is 20,000, so he is close. Now that's a good building, Mediterranean trader. As you can see, the farm, communal farming, the base level, 6,400. I think in Medieval 2, that's something like 2,400. Yeah, we've got people like the Kipchaks, the Khwarezmians, the faction of Sind over in what is now southeast Pakistan, I think. Right, as you can see, he's not as good as general as the one before. However, look at his loyalty. We'll accept him. Nicholas D. Turon. Or Tarun. Right. Revolution in Egypt. Yes, there was a Mamluk revolution, was it? Right. Most English speakers know him as Saladin. Has declared himself the Sultan of Egypt, and he is actually in the mod. and Damascus, and has abolished the Shiite Fatimid Caliphate, reinstating the Sunni faith in Egypt. That won't cause any problems, of course, will it? Right, so that's where the new general showed up. Now we could throw him over into somewhere where we need them. Right, unfortunately, this guy has now appeared. That's a scripted general. Yes, there are scripted generals. I don't think there are scripted garrisons. But yeah. So we do have to deal with that. Alright, we're going to get trade. And I'm going to try and sell off some map info, because quite reasonable. We need the money. Alright. Now, I'm going to send him up here. There is another faction up here. The Turkic faction. Seljuks of Rum, I think. Right. So, yeah, we got that one started. There was another building. What can we see at their capital? We move our spies a little closer. It's not very good, 25%. Even against a general, he's not particularly good. Right, 23,000. We've got a general in there and some Nubian spares. We're going to go besiege them. Yep. Right. Now we need to look around. We've got another settlement there, but there's some rebels outside, and they don't have a very big garrison. They've got 6 units. We've got 2. Right. They're amiable because we're now fighting their enemies. So yeah, we've got this chappie over here. Well, we can't see his units despite having our bishop right next to him. We're going to have to deal with him. What can we put together to deal with him? Right, I'm going to take all of those and King Baldwin. That's what I'm going to do. Alright, we've got another unit of knights. How's that looking? Their flag looks bigger, so they've probably got more men. We've got trebuchets. Alright. Don't see much cavalry. At most they've got 2 cavalry. At most. But obviously, yep, bigger army than what I have. A couple of extra units. That doesn't make them happy. Right, we can get by with that. I'm going to try and get those 2 units in. We've got 1,500. We could get one of those, or one of those, or one of those, but those will take 2 turns. Attack is very low. 2, 1, and 14. 14. Your attack is considerably better. So we should have an extra 3 units of infantry coming in. We get the battle started next turn. But if nobody shows up, we're going to take their capital very, very fast. I don't know if anyone's on Cyprus. It doesn't look like there's a trade route going directly there. At least not yet. Oh, our corruption's gone down to 0 now. Nice. And trade slightly more than farming. Okay, he's moved over, but some more have shown up just outside of Jerusalem. Single unit. Now, we have a chance to get another one. He's got 5 loyalty. I'm going to accept him. Now, don't worry, we're not going to end up with entire stacks of adoptions. they actually slow down later on. It's only because we've got settlements without generals, and the game is trying to balance them out at the moment. So I will accept him. He did show up in a useful place. Right, that does mean that we can also bring in this unit for the battle. So that's an extra cavalry. Right, now I'm not worried about them. If we can knock these ones out, we'll have forces that can go after them. Right, we should be close to Yemen by now. Let's see if we can find the Seljuks of Rum. Ah, no, it just says Turk or Turk City, but they are the Seljuks. Right, they've got boundless wealth at the moment. Good for them. Come and share it with me. Alright, not quite. Now, my diplomat's only at rank 2. This one. This one, the one that we started with, is rank 4. Now, there's a way to get a higher ranked diplomat, in fact. Right, our first building is constructed. So that's going to help out with converting. There's a lot of Judaism out there. Shia Islam, Sunni Islam, Eastern Christians, and a few heretics. Wouldn't be a Medieval 2 mod without a bunch of heretics. Right, so we can't really get any units there. Not until we get above 6,000. We can upgrade our settlement. So I'm actually going to put that one in. Right, nobody has come, so I am going to auto resolve that. Now that should be worth some good money. Right, if I can actually see it, I need to fix this in before I do in the next episode. Change the movement speed of the camera. I can't focus over the cities. Right, that's going to be worth 35,000. That will get all of our buildings under construction. Resistance is never futile. Right, Indiana Jones. He's going to be a little bit jealous. A sacred container built at the command of Moses, in which rests the stone tablets containing the 10 Commandments. How many stone tablets? There was 3. It is said to instantly kill those who touch it. Alright, plus 5 dread, plus 3 command.
Crusader forces have captured the great Muslim city of Cairo, the jewel of Egypt. A terrible blow to the morale of the Muslims and much wealth to the coffers of Jerusalem.
A cool little video there. I'm guessing that was one of the modders doing the voiceover. Alright, so that's bringing in some good money, which is nice. And can we recruit anyone? No, we cannot. What we need is one of those. Now this gives us the first cheap unit, Ardaf Infantry. Light Spearmen. probably best used as a garrison unit. But yeah, they're actually less than 1,000 coins. So let's see, we've got another settlement there, another one there. We've got a lot of rebels out here, and another one down there. So you see a lot of settlements along the Nile, as you would expect. Now you will get to see a battle. As you can see, there are some mercenaries. One costing 2,800. That's a lot, and 900 upkeep. And those are Turkopole mercenaries, which we can get from there for 1875 with 560. So what is that, about 2/3 of what those ones were costing? Yeah, somewhere in that region. Right, so I'm not going to recruit them. I could afford it, but yeah, as you can see, we got all of our buildings started. Now you'll get to see a battle. Right, now we can see what they've got. They've got 2 trebuchets. They've got missile cav, heavy missile cav, and some light lancers. I think those are light lancers. Right, some heavy infantry. Those are heavy infantry, I think. 8, 1 and 12. And this one is most definitely heavy. Those are quite heavy. Those are a dismounted version of those. Right. So let's have our first battle in Broken Crescent as the Kingdom of Jerusalem. Those are some East Roman pikes, I think. Okay. I do like the sand textures in this mod. They are cool. If anyone's seen my Aberbe Condita mod, the one I'm playing, not the one I made, credit goes to the actual modder, you'll know or recognise, well, this looks very similar, but yeah, look at the sand textures, very cool looking. So we have this little wagon which boosts the morale of our units. There's even a windmill out there, don't know how accurate that would be. One of the things I noticed in the mod is unit spacing. They seem to be a lot looser, even though they're not in loose formation. Right, that's my very limited infantry. Right, now we've got some spears. Templar Brother Sergeant Spearmen. I'm just going to call them Templar Sergeants. Those will be guarding the flanks. They're a very cool looking unit, as many units in this mod are. If I can actually zoom in enough. Again, mouse wheel. Slow zooming in. Medieval 3 when we get it. We need a much faster one of those. But yeah, they look cool. They look cool. So we actually now have 2 generals. You should be keeping up their morale. I think that's the same type of unit. They look like spearmen. Yeah, they are the same unit. Now we can actually drop that and use the unit to engage. We don't get any special abilities, which is good. Shouldn't have special abilities. And I'm going to put all of our cavalry over on this flank. Right. Now I have to zoom back out. Now they do have the 2 trebuchets, which could probably start hitting us right now. Right, looks like they're going to sit back and try to shoot me. At the moment. Right, We've spotted my cavalry. I need to get out there and take out those trebuchets, I think. Yeah, they're not moving much, are they? Okay. Hold your ground, start shooting. Try to engage those ones. Alright. You're heavy cav, there's their leader. Alright. I need you out there because you're probably the fastest unit. Alright, there's the trebuchet on one unit. Alright, who are you even fighting? There's their general. He's down to 17, so we must have killed some of them. You've lost a few men and you only started with 65. So that's not good. Right. Their general ran into some of my spears. Oh, no, don't go into that unit. Right, you... Oh, that is my general, right there. Last. Well, we don't need two spear units going after them. You're taking a beating, but you almost wavered this one. Right, they've sent the Ascari in behind them. Let's zoom in a little more. Can we get a rear charge in? We could always drop that and just rush forward. Because not all of this cavalry can be replenished. Not yet. No, we haven't killed their general yet. You're still... Oh, you actually caught up to them. Some of them did. That's probably the weakest unit in our roster at the moment. But still, that's spearmen against cavalry. Don't think that you're going to win. It's not that much in your favour. Right, the general's down to 11. Definitely want to kill them off. We don't want to lose King Baldwin just yet, if we can help it. Let's put one of them on flaming arrows. You're taking a beating. Trying to save some of those. Now I ordered you out of there. Ah, we lost our other general. Blast. Oh well, we'll get another one. We killed off some of them. Right, back off King Baldwin again. Come on, their general's down to just a few men. Right, those are broken. Chase them down. You don't seem to want to stay engaged with that unit. Ah, back time. Is he gone completely? Yep. You didn't get there in time to help your leader. Fahim. Right, those are broken. That unit's holding. The dismounted Ascari going after them. We do have to deal with this unit, but we are still killing them off quite efficiently. Oh, this unit got wiped out completely. Right, that was the strongest unit, the Fakla infantry. Have you wiped them out? No, you haven't. There's only 5 of those left as well. Right, back off. Back off. Where are you at? You can stay engaged with them. Yeah, you don't need to chase in that direction. Right, where are you running? Because you don't need to be coming over here. That's the only unit that's holding out. At least that's how it's looking. You're actually out of ammunition. So that's either very good or very bad. Oh, they got decimated, didn't they? Well, you're still fighting. You've got them down to 25. So we lost a few units. We lost a heavy infantry. We lost a general. We lost you. But we captured their capital. Right, that's who's holding out. I think they get a secondary weapon. I think they get a spear. Yeah, it looks like they're carrying a spear. Those worthless peasants. See if we can intercept them. We might. Speed it up. How well did we do? 95% so far. We're getting close to the border. Come on, there's 17 of them. Don't stop running. Ah, we got away. I think that's everyone. No, still someone out here. Come on, it's one guy. No, it's not one guy. Well, we lost half our army. We got 8% replenishment. Yeah, we wiped them out. That was our first actual battle in the mod. In the mod, Medieval 2, Total War, Broken Crescent, Kingdom of Jerusalem. Right, now I'm going to offer it to them. Accepted. Right, so you see we lost that general. But we claimed this settlement. We can actually get another unit there, or agent, so I will. I'll get those. Now I can show you the assassin, 1500, 500. So I think both of those got a boost in price. So I'm going to put you into there. Grab him, because we're short on units. I'm going to get both of those, and I'm going to get them. That's why I took that money, because we need it. 1600. Oh, another cavalry. How much cavalry do we have? We had a lot of cavalry left down here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll get another infantry then. But that's where we're going to end this episode.